I am an AirPods type of guy. I have had the original AirPods since they came out. As soon as they came out, I got the original AirPods, and then I got the AirPods Pro 1 and 2, and now I'm on the AirPods Pro 3. Drew at iSmart reached out to me and he was like, hey, we have a product for you to try out. Let me know what you think. And here it is, the Smile Jamaica by House of Marley. Okay, let me start off by saying this is not AirPods quality. That's for sure. And I knew it wasn't going to be. I expected it not to be. To be honest, just looking at it, I would say, well, I was expecting very bad quality from it. Very, very bad. But the sound quality impressed me. It impressed me when I put it in. All right, cool, no problem. Now, for a bit of a background, in case you don't know, I am also a musician and I have played for many, many artists, international artists from around the Caribbean, around the world. And also I produce a lot of music as well too. AirPods, I do use them when I'm mixing. I do definitely use them when I'm mixing as well. These, I can say I cannot do that, but that's not the purpose for these. Let's get into this review. Let me show you what I think about them. You're probably asking, why am I out here in the dark? Why am I in the dark? And I'm using a light to do this. Why am I in the dark? Well, I like to take walks, night walks, because for some reason I like to be invisible. But I do like to take walks. And while I'm on these walks, if I'm doing a walk in the city, road town, then I usually use my AirPods and have them on adaptive audio to block out noise because the world is kind of noisy nowadays. So I'm starting off this review by using the Smile Jamaica House of Marley headphones, earphones actually, to see how well it will do while I'm out on my walk. Will it block out any sound at all? To give you a bit of a background, this does not have active noise cancelling. It does not have active noise cancelling. So that's the first thing. Along with that, obviously it doesn't have adaptive audio and it doesn't have a transparency mode. So let's just see if the passive noise cancelling is good enough for blocking out the sounds in the city. Now, I am a guy that absolutely needs active noise cancellation and a really good transparency mode. I do have the AirPods Pro 3 and I have the Soundcore, let me see if I could remember which one, Liberty 4NC, and I need those modes. So this doesn't have it. That kind of disqualifies it for me because in this day and age, you need active noise cancellation and transparency mode. Right. Except unless you're using like studio headphones or in-ear monitors, those kind of things. And even then, I would love to have those things. So if somebody could invent that, then get to it, please. We would love that. All right. So on this walk, I'm just using it to see if it could block out noise because I'm in town. No, town, this is the British Virgin Islands. This is nature's little secret. It's paradise, all of that. So it's not New York City where you have a whole bunch of traffic. But comparatively, you still have some sort of noise. There was a car that passed just now. It sounded like a charger or something that was making a whole bunch of noise. There's music playing in the background. Now I'm using my DJI mic. So I'm not using the microphone from the House of Marley Smile Jamaica headphones. So I don't know how it's gonna sound, if it's gonna come through. I have on voice isolation, all of that kind of stuff, but I could hear it. And the point isn't to block out all the sound. The point is to reduce the sound because I don't know if it's age or maybe being a musician and all of that, but my ears are getting super sensitive to noise and maybe the world is getting noisier as well too. So the point is to reduce the sound to make it a bit more palatable. I don't intend to constantly mention the AirPods Pro in this review because this is not in the league of AirPods. It's not even close and it's not meant to be. But I am mentioning it now because I did start this review maybe like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, who knows. And I started it, I listened to the earbuds, the Smile Jamaica earbuds, and I haven't been inspired to do the review because the earbuds themselves are not really inspiring. They have poor battery life and all of that. But today I made the decision, listen, you need to get this review done. You need to give your feedback on it. If it's good, if it's not good, if it's medium, whatever. So my decision is for the rest of this week, well, I'm going to try to make the week. For the rest of this week, I am going to only use these Smile Jamaica headphones, earbuds. Sorry, I keep saying headphones. For the rest of this week, I'm only going to use these. I am not going to use my AirPods, nothing. So it's just this, regardless of what I'm doing. If I'm on a boat or anywhere, these are the only things I'm going to walk with. So I'm forbidden to use my AirPods this week. Let's see how this week turns out. If I actually make it to the end of the week using these and these alone. Because these don't have a pass-through mode, it is difficult to have conversations with people with them in. They're tiny, so it's kind of difficult to take them out. You can take them out, and I'm pretty sure that's something you could get used to. I do like to use my AirPods in transparency or adaptive audio and have a bit of ambient music in the background, and I could still have full conversations with people. But I can't even think about doing that with these Smile Jamaica earbuds. As you can see, they did not make it to the end of the walk. I'm not even close to the end of my walk, and they're out because they gave me this boxy sound. You know, when I'm speaking, it makes me sound like I'm in a box. You know what I'm talking about, so I had to take them out. Given the standards of where headphones, earphones are today, these are definitely subpar. I was expecting them to have horrible, horrible sound. But like I said, when I put them in my ears, I was like, okay, they actually sound decent. So for sound, they do sound decent. They definitely do sound decent. And I would put that as one of the pros. And the next pro would be the size. They're very extremely tiny. Extremely, extremely tiny, which is, you know, mostly good. It's kind of bad in the sense of taking them out your ear because it's so small, but I'm pretty sure you would get used to that. But the sound and the size, they're really good. And of course, supporting the House of Marley, they do boast sustainability, you know, things like that, which is good, which is good. I did used to use the brand a really long time ago and I was impressed. And they are banking on the sound of the product, that you will buy this because of the sound and you won't be disappointed with the sound. Who would get this? Who would get this? Who would get this product? Let me see. I think, you know, if you're not looking for if you're not into high-end headphones with a whole bunch of features, maybe like older folks, something you would give to your grandparents, your older mom or something like that, then yeah, it would be great for them. I have yet to test the microphone quality, which I should do. Let me see, how can I do that? I'll figure it out. But this is for people who aren't big on technology. You can't call upon your assistant. I'm not gonna call her name, your personal, well, digital assistant, and expect to answer. You're not going to get announced notifications. You're not going to get this and that and all sorts of feature. They're really good for just listening to music. You're not going to walk around with them and have a conversation with people. If you're in your bed or somewhere and you just want to listen to music, they're good for that. That's what they're good for. Can I recommend these? My answer is honestly no, I can't recommend them. I definitely cannot recommend them at any price point. But if you need something that is not AirPods and it's for like your grandmother or something like that, then yeah, you know. But other than that, but even so, they would probably lose them because they're that tiny. But I won't recommend them. I can't recommend them at all. House of Marley and Bob Marley family, I definitely respect. One of my best museum tours was in Jamaica at Bob Marley's house. And also, I do have the honor of claiming that I have been on a mini tour with one of Bob Marley's son, Kimani Marley. So I have the most respect for the family and I love what they're doing, but they need to step up the game on the headphones, the House of Marley products. The sound is good, but everything else, you need to step it up compared to all the headphones that are out there. You could get cheaper headphones that have more features. I do think they have other types as well too, but this one, Drew, this one is a hard pass for me. Hard pass. It's a no. I did say I could recommend it to someone who's buying something for the grandmother or maybe their little kids, but with it being so tiny, that's gonna get lost quick. But maybe grandparents might take a bit more care of it. Okay, so I did continue to use the Smile Jamaica earbuds by House of Marley for the rest of the week. I took it on a run, and you know how I said the sound quality was really good? Well, on the run, it kind of slipped out of my ears a bit. It didn't feel like it was going to fall out totally, but it wasn't stable in there. So that sound quality was compromised. So that's one thing to note about that. I don't think it's good for working out as well. Like I said, I think it is for, you're lying in bed in a nice environment, comfortable environment, and you just want to listen to music, no distractions. That's what it's good for. You also don't get excellent connection range. From my room to the bathroom, I lost signal, which the bathroom is relatively close to the bedroom. I did try sleeping with them on since they're small and they're somewhat more comfortable when you're sleeping than other earbuds. But still, I would say just lie down in bed or in a nice, quiet, comfortable environment and enjoy the music. That's it.